can't wait to see you next year. Let's see what Mr. Paul from Imagination Station is doing today. 3, 2, 1, cannonball! Happy New Year, please!
Good morning, kids, or whatever part of the day it is. Welcome back to Imagination Station. Are you feeling bold today? Are you feeling imaginative today? Has Jesus' power given you boldness? Trust Jesus. That's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, our imagination. Did you bring some today? I already asked you that. Think about it. We've talked about God's imagination and what He's created in our world. There's a lot more things that we haven't even talked about yet. How about anybody here have a pet? A dog? Maybe a cat? Maybe some fish or a bird? God created all those things. If you look out the outside, we looked at trees yesterday and flowers. He created the squirrels and the birds that fly in the air. His imagination is absolutely awesome. A bold imagination, I might say. So, what are we going to start with? What question? You already were introduced to Sierra the mountain lion. Did you know that the name Sierra is so appropriate for a mountain lion? Because Sierra means mountain in Spanish. And in fact, if you've ever been out west to California and Nevada, the Sierra Nevada mountains, which are very tall, stands for snow-capped mountains. So Sierra the mountain lion is a strong animal. But I'm going to ask you two different kinds of things about a mountain lion. And I have two pictures here. And I'm going to ask you, does a mountain lion have a stronger sense of smell or a stronger sense of hearing? Smell or hearing? Which do you think? You know, this was a hard one for me because I was thinking, probably has a really good sense of smell and hearing, but not. The answer is hearing. A mountain lion's sense of smell, actually, is not that good. It's not a very strong sensation that he has. Mountain lions have really good eyesight, but they also have really good hearing. That's how they catch their prey. They could see a long distance, and they could also hear for a long distance. That's how they survive. So a mountain lion has to be bold in order to survive. Bold? Jesus' power gives us boldness. Trust Jesus. But what is boldness? Courageous. Being courageous and brave, adventurous. One of the things that you can do is when you practice things, whether it be a musical instrument like a piano or some sport, you get better at it. And you get bolder at it because you get more confident. If you say grace at a meal, sometimes you may not want to do that out in a public restaurant. The more you do it, the more confident you get and the bolder you get. Because Jesus gives us that power. Trust Jesus. So, boldness. Boldness can also equate to something we call momentum. Once you get started at something and you get better and better, you create a momentum where it gets you to keep on going. I want to demonstrate a little bit of momentum with this bucket I have here. I have something in this bucket here, if I can find the end of it. It's beads. This I think I used on a Christmas tree many years ago. It's a long, long thread of beads. I think I measured it out to be something like 70 feet long, really long. Now, these beads by themselves just sit there. What would happen if I decided to drop just the very start of this string of beads? Let's see. I'm going to go up on top of this little stepping stool I have next to me here, just to get a little bit more height. Just so you could show what happens when I just take the first few beads and I decide to drop them out of this little bucket. Watch carefully. Wow, just by pushing out a few beads, the whole string of something like 70 feet of beads followed suit. That's called momentum. And if you noticed, when the beads were coming out of the bucket, they actually just didn't slide off the side of it. They actually went higher, almost like defying gravity. They went higher than the bucket and then looped around and came down. That is a demonstration of momentum. Once it gets started, it becomes easier and easier to pull those beads out of the bucket. Boldness, momentum. Jesus' power gives us boldness. So trust Jesus. I'm going to show you another interesting thing. This is a really simple demonstration. You're going to wonder, how is that possible? I'm going to take a couple of large books here on each side. I'm going to build something for you guys. Trains. We've been talking about trains this week too. I didn't mention it too much yesterday, I don't think. But today, our railway, we know sometimes if you're taking a train journey, sometimes it has to go across a deep ravine or a valley. How does it do that? Well, you could build a bridge. How about out of this piece of paper here? If I put this piece of paper over this opening here, and what if I run a train across it? Think it could make it across there okay? Oh, geez. I don't have a train with me, but I do have this neat little car. Because it's my son's when he was a little boy. It's kind of like one of those like little wind-up cars. You just kind of roll it along there, and then it just keeps on going. And then, well, that didn't work out too well. Some bridge that is. Let me put this guy on the side here and see if we can make this paper, this thin piece of paper, into a bridge that my car, sort of train, can cross. So what I want you guys to do is take your piece of paper and fold it into 3 sections by folding each side until it meets in the middle. So we're going to go like that and like that. Just like that. Same piece of paper we used before. You'll notice, by the way, that if I kind of show it on edge, it starts to form a triangle. Well, I'm going to tell you right now that a triangular shape is a much stronger shape than a square, something that's flat. Now, I haven't moved the books any closer or any further apart, but I'm going to try to put my little wind-up toy here to see if it can now cross that bridge. Whoa! How about that? Well, same piece of paper, put it to a slightly different shape, gives us more strength. Again, it becomes a more bolder design. If you look at bridges as you cross them, you'll notice a lot of times that there are a lot of triangular shapes in the bridge because a triangle can give you much more durability and strength than can a flat surface or even a rectangle or square. So try that at home. That's a simple thing to try at home because I'm sure there's plenty of little wind-up toys that you might have at home. That's the bridge challenge. So today we learned a little bit about momentum, a little bit about boldness, to trust Jesus when you have different things to try to handle, especially if you're a little hesitant on doing things, like saying grace in public, or learning a new instrument, or playing a sport. Practice, practice, practice. You'll become bolder and you'll accept the challenge a lot better and things will work out good. So, until tomorrow, trust Jesus and come back to the Imagination Station. See you all tomorrow.